Looking back at the Dallas Mavericks offseason this year, it is clear they have saved their foreseeable future with Luka Doncic. They've started out 11-6, 5 games over, and that is much better than really any point of their season last year. Their offense is much improved with the number 5 offensive rating and 5th in points per game in the NBA. They also are first in three-pointers made and have the fewest turnovers in the NBA with their two-guard lineup of Kyrie and Luka. They had an elite offseason, and I say that because they added 3 of their top 6 scorers to this season's roster that were not on the team last year, and they improved their defense via Dereck Lively, Grant Williams, and Derrick Jones Jr. Dereck Lively had a day one defensive impact. And I say that because you look at some of the numbers here, they're not drastic, but it's a good start. Total rebounds, they've gone from 28th in the league last year to 22nd this year, and have gone from 29th to 23rd in blocks per game. On the year, Lively is averaging 8.1 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, 1.1 blocks, 71% shooting from the field, and 24 minutes per game. Literally a day one impact as he came in and put up 16 points on Victor Wembanyama in his NBA debut. Now, Derrick Jones Jr. has been a welcome addition as well. Somewhat of a smaller contract compared to some of the money spent out this offseason, but 8.6 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, 49% from the field, 38% from 3 in 22 minutes. Yes, that is exactly what you need around Luka Doncic, and, a little bit better of a defender than like a Reggie Bullock or somebody that they had last year, as he is, in my opinion, an underrated defender, especially on the ball or around the perimeter. And he can fly. And then you also have Grant Williams, the X Factor, the dog, the toughness, the guy that brings everything together for this Mavericks team. 10 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 44% from the field. And Grant Williams has quietly turned himself into one of the best spacers in the NBA. 43% from 3. That is in 29 minutes per game. Elite three-point shooter, obviously 43% from 3 is very good. But by adding those 3 guys, they have saved their future with Luka, because there were whispers that he was not going to be around if they didn't start winning games. Remember, they didn't make the playoffs. They also have Omax Prosper, who will come along as the season progresses, as you can see here. Obviously a rookie, still a little bit raw, but the defense is there, and that is pretty obvious. And then Seth Curry. A bit interesting to me that he's only playing in 9 minutes per game. He's a guy that can really shoot it. I mean, his last name is Curry. He shot it like over 43% from the 3 last year, I believe. He's a guy that should be getting minutes off of spacing the floor again for Luka and Kyrie. Not sure why. And then they also added Rashawn Holmes for depth. He hasn't played, but sparingly so far this year. So if you are enjoying today's video, make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that's you, go ahead and change that right now. Be a part of the 4%. That's kind of crazy, honestly. Anyways, back to the video here. Elite duo, one of the best duos in the NBA, Kyrie and Luka, especially when Kyrie has gotten back. He had early struggles, but he is so back for this Mavericks team. On the year, he's up to 25 points per game, 5.5 assists, 4.1 rebounds, and 1.1 steals. I told y'all, don't freak out. Kyrie, he's been a very consistent, one of the most consistent players in the league over the last few years as a second option. 47% from the field, 39% from 3, 33 minutes per game, and he hasn't missed too much time to injury. Knock on wood, because at some point he will, but consistently he's averaging, the numbers that he's putting up right now. And then Mr. Automatic on Prize Picks is Luka Doncic. Just take the over. 31.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. This man does everything, and he is 24 years old. One of the best players, one of the very best players in the NBA. 49% shooting from the field, 39% from 3, 77% from the free throw line. I'm not sure what's going on there. Luka just can't seem to shoot free throws. It's a bit concerning, obviously, or honestly, not obviously, but if he gets that up to 85, 90% like the true elite free throw shooters in the league, he's averaging 33, 34 a game, which is crazy. He's playing 35 minutes, averaging 1.3 steals, 3.6 turnovers as well, but 2-to-1 assist to turnover, over 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. You'll take it. And then a guy who has been elite for them, potential 6th man of the year candidate, Tim Hardaway Jr. After a bit of a down year last year, he's had a little bit of a resurgence. It kind of seems like, every other year he has just been balling out, and then those in-between years, he's been horrible. But almost 17 a game, 3.5 rebounds, only 42% from the field, but 39% from three. He's one of those guys that comes in off the bench and is just automatic from downtown. One of those microwave-type dudes that is so valuable in today's NBA, can really change the game as that six-man candidate and gives them great depth. They also have some really good backup guards between Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, and Dante Exum. Exum's one of their better perimeter defenders off the bench and a nice piece of that rotation. They kind of under the radar signed later in the free agency cycle. You also have Jaden Hardy here, who's averaging 6.1 points and about 10.4 minutes per game. Kind of been underwhelming so far. I was expecting a little bit more, but he was efficient early on and he has not been efficient lately. So understandable as to why Jason Kidd is not playing him. Then the last guy here, Josh Green, I was also expecting a little bit more out of him. We need these young guards. If you're a Mavericks fan, you need these young guards to develop. Josh Green, obviously more known for his defense, as long as he's still spacing the floor and hitting the three ball, but I need it a little bit higher than 37% from three. It's not like he's shooting off the dribble contested threes like Haiti or somebody. It's catch and shoot threes. Got to be able to knock it down at a higher clip than that. 37% though, that is acceptable, I guess you could say. 37 to 38, that's acceptable. And 39 and up, that's pretty good. You know, if you're Tim Hardaway Jr. numbers, or not Tim Hardaway Jr., if you're Grant Williams numbers, that's exceptional. That's how you're getting $14 million a year in free agency. But I think that the Mavericks really saved themselves in terms of Luka wanting to leave, because now they're good, they're competitive, they're actually, thought of when it comes to winning the Western Conference. Looking ahead at what they got over the next 8 games or 7 games, they have Memphis. Should be an easy dub. Memphis has looked dysfunctional this year. Oklahoma City will be a good one, but whoa, goodness gracious. It is at home, and then you have Utah, at Portland, at Memphis. We could be seeing a 5-6 game win streak right here if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan. If you can get past that Oklahoma City game, but then it gets a little bit tougher. Then you got to go, well, actually, you're at home, so you're playing against the Lakers, and then you're playing against the Timberwolves. Given the fact that those are home games, I'm just saying, you got one of the best players in the world. Anything can happen. But y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Mavericks fans, I know y'all are overjoyed with this offseason. Would have been even better if you could have gotten Matisse Thybulle. But Derrick Jones Jr. has been playing very well. Dereck Lively has been playing very well, as has Dereck Jones Jr. Only a matter of time before we see more and more of Max Prosper every night. That's just going to add another element of defense to that bench unit. Maybe he even starts some games just because he is so elite. And then having Kyrie back at full Kyrie Irving mode alongside of Luka Doncic, something special to see. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.